All right, so kind of what I alluded to is we're going to start to look at the actual group case. Um, and just like the other one, these are the cases that you guys are going to be able to select from. There's 5 of them, and there's you'll so you can choose. But the trick here is you're going to all have to agree before you start. So you're going to have to really get you're going to have to put your groups together first. So this is next week. So what we have due for next week is the actual, you kind of get a little bit of a break next week, but next week, what we're looking at is you're going to need to get together by, I think the 7th is like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. The deadline's a little earlier because I want you guys to really look at putting yourself together in a group. And then reading through the cases and deciding which one you're going to take. So when you look at this, this for next week is just strictly a text box submission. So what you're going to do is put the group you want, the 3 individuals. I'm going to let you guys self-select. So by the 7th, you can actually basically put the three of you guys together. There will be one group of 2 that I'll allow. So if somebody has, and the first person who comes to me with a case with a group of 2, that's going to be it, and then everybody else will be a group of 3 after that, because we have 23 people in the class. So you're going to actually, in this text box, when you submit this, when I go to the student view, it's just going to come up as a text box. What you're going to do in here is just put down the team members you have and the case you want, okay, out of those 5 cases. And that's all you really have to do for next week. Because what's the next part of this, after you select your group in your case, is going to be that you're going to now go into the following week. So you get a little bit of a head start on the case, if you want to look at it this way. And we're going to go to the individual portion. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different than the individual case. Okay, what you're going to basically do is you're going to come up with the first half of the case study. Okay, so each person is going to turn in these 3 things, which is basically your problem statement, including your secondary issues, your baseline, which is basically what is the problem. Okay, so what are the problems, a little bit about the history of the case. Okay, that's your baseline. That's kind of that introductory part of this, where you kind of outline a little bit about the company, just like the individual case was. Then you're going to go into your problem statement with your secondary issues. Take a look at all the way that you're going to, all those issues, really dig down into that root cause of the problem. And then you're going to come up with this is just a list of potential solutions. And with those potential solutions, you're going to have at least 1 article. So what we're looking for here is basically 4 articles, okay, that are going to address what you think are the potential solutions to this, okay? And that's what you're going to turn in individually for week, this is for week 5. So it's basically in 2 weeks, okay? So what you're going to look here, then the following week, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to come down to week 6, and we're going to do the team portion. Okay, so the team portion is going to be here, where you guys will actually assemble this as a team. So you're going to take the individual work with the feedback that I will be giving you in that team portion, okay, and you're going to assemble that, bring that all together. So you're going to combine and take chunks of the first part of that, which is the summary, a little bit of outline of the those. You're going to take a look at the problems and decide how you're going to tackle those problems, which problems you think they are. Okay. So even though there's 3 of you, each one of you may have looked differently. So you're going to have to negotiate and think about which one is really truly the root cause, and what is your primary and your secondary issues. Okay. Then you're going to combine your articles and your solutions to those into one complete document, which you'll turn in as a team. Only one person needs to turn that in. Okay. And then you'll be assigned the grade as you go. You will also see what we will be doing is also, you'll see, I will open up a peer evaluation form that'll be in there as well, that you guys will need to turn in individually to me, so that you guys can score your partners. If you don't, so we'll go back here to next week. Okay. So in this section here, if you don't turn in your group by your self-selected group by the 7th, then somewhere around the 8th or 9th, I will go in and actually assign you both a case and your partners. So this is your chance to basically pick the team that you would like to work with, those individuals you'd like to work with. I think a lot of this class I've saw in ethics. So you guys kind of know each other. Some of you are newer and you might not know anybody, but you can see from the discussions and those types of things of people you might work well with. Because that's how I tackled group projects in both my master's and doctoral program. Is I would go through my discussions and kind of pick those individuals, whether I knew them or not, and reach out to them because I wanted to work with them in a particular group. That way you're kind of picking the group, even if you don't know them, you're still picking the quality of the group that you're kind of looking for. So if you guys, for those that are watching this as a video, if any of this doesn't make sense to you, please feel free to reach out to me and we can review any parts of this that you need. I will also again be on next week for any questions that you might have, those last minute questions on your selection, your case selection, or any of those types of things as you're preparing the individual portion for the following week.